Once again, good morning, afternoon, or even good evening to all the participants joining us around the world. So on behalf of INBAR, the International Bamboo and Rattan Organization, and of course, Rylan, it's my pleasure to welcome you all to this international online seminar. So the seminar will bring a bridge between research and practice, bringing experts in this topic, leading efforts to integrate bamboo in the systems around the world. My name is Saulo. I'm a professor of Federal University of Lavras, Brazil, and I'm honored to co-host these sections together with Professor Nirmala from Punjab University in India, who will be introducing our speakers today. So before giving the words to Professor Nirmala, I would just want to give some quick reminders. So before we begin, I would like to say that each presentation will have 30 minutes, followed by questions and answers sections. And please, as we already put it in the chat, everyone is welcome to submit the questions at any time. So in the end of each presentation, we will collect these questions and address to the speakers. And please, for all the speakers, just please be mindful of the time. So 5 minutes before we reach the 30 minutes limit, we will give some reminding, okay? So please, Professor Nirmala, the floor is yours to introduce our speakers. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, Saulo, for your opening remarks and setting a perfect stage for today's seminar. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us in the second session of the International Online Seminar. It follows the first successful session one on life cycle assessment of bamboo materials and building, which was held on 6th November. And today's theme, as you're all aware, it's about towards mainstreaming bamboo construction research and practice. And we are delighted to have three bamboo enthusiasts and eminent speakers who have carved a niche in their respective fields and whom also I personally know their work. And we'll have Neelam Manjunath, then Sanjeev Karpe, and of course Arif Rabik. And before we set the stage rolling, as Paolo has already also mentioned, speakers will have 30 minutes, and then the participants, they can put their questions on the chat in the chat box, and we can discuss it after the lecture is delivered. So it is with great pleasure that I introduce our first speaker, Neelam Manjunath, who is a well-known architect and principal of Mansaram Architects and CEO of Center for Green Building Materials and Technology, Bangalore, India. She's done quite a lot of work and has been focusing on sustainability and bamboo since 1999. She gives a lot of lectures and also trains a lot of people. She runs also courses since a long time, since 2011. And she's an expert member of the Bamboo Construction Task Force INBAR, and also she is a World Bamboo Ambassador with the World Bamboo Organization and Construction Working Group. And she's well known for her work, and she has also had won many national and international awards for her work. So let's know more about her work through Neelam herself. And she will talk about the bamboo city, which she is presently holding, and NBS plug in model for Bangalore climate action chain. So Neelam, I welcome you, and for giving your lecture.
Thank you, Saulo, and thank you, Nirmala, and thank you, INBAR and the Construction Task Force for giving me an opportunity to present my work and my views in this August forum. And I will start right away. As Nirmala said, there's a lot to say, so and time is limited. I will share my screen, Nirmala.
Yeah.
And that's the slideshow. Yeah. Okay. So there's something called Bamboo City is a little bit of a when I tell somebody and the name of my project is Bamboo City, people just envisage that there's a whole city made of only bamboo, and this think of buildings built, everything built with bamboo out there, which is not actually the case, and how it is going to be, how the framework has to be, but it's that's the whole project about. And at COP27, as I think I'm sitting in the Bamboo Forum, so this I think everyone knows that bamboo was declared as one of the top 5 solutions to mitigate global warming, and that was in 2022, and that was a beginning of something. Bamboo as a very major, topic to be discussed at COP and United Nations and everywhere around. I will why this project. Just So we have this climate C40 climate action planning framework, and the C40 deadline that was earlier it was told 2020 program that were created to support cities in developing the climate action plans with a level of ambition that was told that we should be able to stay within 1.5 degrees centigrade target through rapid systemic and transformational changes. Now, Bangalore is known as the Silicon City of India, is the IT hub. It's actually a pilot C40 city since 2017. It was one of the first cities in India to sign up for that. It's a signatory to the deadline to achieve 50% carbon reduction by 2030 and neutrality by 2050. And Bangalore is preparing, I think this is already prepared this plan, and along with C40 and World Resources Institute, WRI India. And I have been actually working on mainstreaming bamboo in the construction sector since 2000, and in overall sustainable development sector since 2011, through research and development and advocacy, education, skilling, enterprise development. And that was the beginning of the Bamboo City project, where I started like that. And in 2022, I became a cohort in the C40 Cities Women for Climate program. And so I took this opportunity to, immediately try to plug in into the main climate action plan of Bangalore City with a plug-in with a bamboo to be used for the cities especially in the global south. And okay, sorry, this is just a moment. Just a moment. Yeah, and so this is a chart which I think again many of us know the percentage of urban population in the rural areas, how the population increasing and the rural this thing is decreasing, and how all this actually has really created all these kind of urban heat islands in the cities, urban flooding, air pollution, water pollution, and water scarcity. This is the project at a glance as to generally about taking Bangalore as a pilot. That's the area and the latitude. We have tried to make it into a proper project. And the stakeholders are local, civic bodies and government bodies and the industry professionals and the international, WBO, INBAR, and many other organizations, which we are planning to take on one by one, involve, collaborate. And what the important sectors addressed I am not just talking about construction with bamboo. With all these things, this city project actually talks about urban greening, quality, water resource management, energy and waste management, community resilience, and well-being of the overall citizens. And there are 2 very simple actions that I have proposed. One is that we plant 1 bamboo plant per citizen in the city. And the second one is that we have 30% inclusion of bamboo in the development and the construction sector. This is something which, again, we all are very well aware of across the world. These kind of every city is seeing that. And now, why is bamboo a nature-based solution, which I say NBS, the short form that has been being spoken about, is that it has a very dense foliage. It absorbs 400 kilos of CO2 per plant per year, and it releases so much of carbon, oxygen, so much. Decomposition fortifies the soil with the fallen leaves, and there's a lot of leaves that fall actually. The rhizome holds the topsoil together and prevents soil erosion. And it also changes the microclimate through reduction of temperature and increase in the water table. It also helps in the removing toxins from the soil, which is phytoremediation. And all this also reduces the dust level by 70 to 90%. And displacement of plastic, as we all know, again, that's a very important topic that everyone has been talking about, is the green circular economy. And renewable energy with bamboo, which is like through gasification. And I am more for the gasification and renewable energy from bamboo, from the waste from the industry. And these are some of the things that the bamboo is a pioneer for preventing soil erosion, enrichment, reforestation, carbon sequestrations, and regeneration. And again, bamboo is into a regenerative cycle. I think most of the bamboo enthusiasts know this. I'll just quickly run through CO2 sequestration that happens when we grow bamboo, releases O2, and then we harvest the bamboo. We put it for all the kind of development. And then again, we take the waste actually decomposes and provides nutrients. And we also have that gasification from where we can get biochar. And again, it goes into another cycle. This is a comparison between the traditional tree and bamboo. It's a very ballpark kind of a comparison when we talk about this oxygen release, CO2 absorption, harvest cycle, and after harvest, what tree gets killed. But here we get culms, so it's regenerative. The growth is slow in terms of trees, and it is very fast in terms of bamboo. And this is a common thing which everyone asks: why not other trees and why only bamboo? And we know that bamboo grows very fast, so we don't have really time to have for the slow trees to grow at the moment, which will actually provide all the oxygen and the urban greening and that we are talking about. And that's where bamboo actually comes into the picture. This is as a construction material when we now come to, which is the topic of, in this forum that we are discussing. It has got all these properties. And many of the people actually who are in the forum, I think they know about the strength and the tensile strength, the very good flexibility it has. So it can, because of which it can withstand wind and seismic forces, lightness and durability and cost effective. All these properties are there. And I think one of the biggest one or the most important is that it's a resource efficient, and it's also a traditional building material. So people know the material, very well in most of the countries where it has been growing and grows naturally. There's also a bamboo versus conventional building material, which is abundance. In bamboo, high energy efficient and eco-friendly, reduces the carbon footprint. We also have easy construction techniques, until we really want to make it complicated. That's a different thing altogether. It's cost effective. It promotes the vernacular architecture and creates local employment and sociological impact. The bamboo city actually, the mitigation objective, the climate change via urban greening and carbon sequestration. We have less carbon footprint through development, controlling air pollution, and all this rejuvenation and energy generation that we are talking about. Now, can we make a bamboo city anywhere? No. What we are proposing is wherever bamboo has been growing and being used so far, it grows naturally and being used by the people, and people are used to it. And that's where we propose. So Bangalore was one case where we have a lot of bamboo and they should grow naturally in Bangalore and absolutely in the nearby areas. And we have a lot of these bamboo markets strewn across the city. There are lots of local craftsmen who are on the roads and many places where they have been working for generations actually. And that's why that's another. And we also have a lot of R&D institutions. Indian Institute of Plywood Institute is here, IWST, which is Indian Wood Science Institute. And there are many other organizations that are there who have been working with bamboo, which are premier institutes actually in Bangalore of India. We also have examples that I'm talking about. So two things. One is urban greening, which is we have this kind of urban forest inside Bangalore. And the established forests are there. And so there's already a live example that these things can be done. And we also have in the concept of development, we are talking about when we had the Bangalore International Airport, which was the first one actually to be using bamboo in India in an airport. And I'm very proud and happy to say, as a material expert, I was contacted by SOM New York for vetting of the design for this particular project and for getting all the information on how to use bamboo in a project like this. Now, how do you go about? It's very easy to say that we can plant bamboo and we can do all this in a city. And see, we all know city is a very complex ecosystem, and where so many forces, so many different kinds of things keep on working. And so it's very difficult to do. So we actually went around one by one, understanding whether we have land available and what kind of lands we can actually touch. And this is what. So when we talk about urban greening, we were trying to have what kind of lands are available and what kind of density planting we can actually do. And all this that we came across with 12 by 12 feet and 7 by 7, and generally a mixed planting would be done, and how do we have the land available. So this was one exercise that we do. We also had our scientists who have been working on bamboo in Karnataka, identify different species for the plantation in the city, and what are the properties and where all they can actually be planted, and what are the usage post harvesting. We did this exercise very early in our project. Again, looking at when I was trying to say that I will have how much of carbon sequestration I'm trying to do by doing one plant per citizen, and how many plants Bangalore will require to make it carbon neutral in the next 1 decade. So that's where the calculation, we had the back calculation that we tried to do, starting with the CO2 emissions that Bangalore actually does. And so we found out that if we do one plant per person, we can almost mitigate 58% of the carbon emissions through bamboo plantations if we are able to do to that extent. And then this could be done in different ways through oxygen corridors and parks. I think all of us have heard about oxygen parks and corridors. They have been being done in small pockets across the world. Here, what we are just trying to do is that how do we actually go about again, and per person, what will be what we are proposing, one bamboo per citizen is very difficult to plant, but do we need that, and how are we going to go about it? So the amount of oxygen actually released by one clump, and what a person requires per day is almost like matching. And I thought that, okay, this is one, we thought that this is a good thing to really go ahead with. And through this, we also looked at rejuvenation of water bodies and the lakes, Raju Kaluways, which is actually the catchment area of the lakes, which is in Karnataka, we call it Raj Kaluways. That is the thing. So there's a phytoremediation, and also the water quality improvement, water retention improvement, and all those kind of benefits, the side benefits to planting bamboo. And we looked at some cases which has been done before in another part of the world. We, in fact, not now, I think it was before COVID, we were asked by Environment Support Group, as a NGO in Bangalore, to propose a lake rejuvenation project using bamboo, and we have submitted. This was submitted to the High Court of Karnataka actually, and this has been approved for implementation. So this was how we had done. We had check bands and other kind of things, that in bridges and other infrastructure done with bamboo. That's what we did. Now we're coming to buildings. When this is a project that I did in 2004, finished with Cradle, which is Karnataka Renewable Energy Development Limited, and my organization. And we have used this bamboo cement technology, bamboo-crete walling system developed by the Plywood Institute, Bangalore. And I calculated the total amount of CO2 emission by doing this building, vice versa, a building with the same amount of durability and other factors. And I found that this is 7.1 times less energy is actually taken by a building. And that's how we looked at how the building sector will reduce and how much it can reduce by 30%. And that's this calculation that you can see here that we did, depending on the embodied energy of new construction. Only we first considered only new constructions at the moment on an average in Bangalore urban and the urban area, periphery of Bangalore. And we found out that around 28% of the carbon emissions in Bangalore can be reduced through this. And from all the things, we can also, as I said, bamboo waste, we can do a lot of energy generation. These are the main SDGs that is the project aims to address. And what is the proposed action plan? So this is actually a systemic process for achieving a climate neutral city. And right now, it's actually not a linear kind of a model. The model which right now we are at the starting of implementation, but it goes into a dynamic cycle. It keeps on working, because every time we encounter new issues, we go back and again talk about this new stakeholder, surveys and things like that and collaborations. And we keep on going in circles and we have kept it a very dynamic framework through which we actually are working on this project. These are the various stakeholders that we have tried to map. Actually, this is a very early stakeholder mapping. We have much more complex mapping that we have done, how many people and what kind of people that we are actually connecting with. And we are at least almost 50% we have connected with right now. But we still have to move forward on this. These are stakeholder surveys we did actually to find out in the city whether they really want bamboos in the city, and if they want, how much do they want, and how they want, whether they are really willing to participate with us. All these things that we did. And these were the different phases that we looked at, from production to post-harvest to industrial phase. We also looked at the limitations because everyone, the landscape, association of this, the country, India, ISOLA, they just pulled out of our project, telling that you're trying to promote monoculture by just planting bamboo all over the place, which is actually not the case. And so there was a compatibility problems, there were building codes. We also have perceptions, and we know that bamboo buildings, even now, not many people are able to accept over concrete structures. So these are the different kind of challenges that are there, and we have to really work on those. And as I said, the three different phases with short term and mid term and long term, we have tried to make it into three different parts, depending on how much costing it will come and what all we are trying to achieve. And these are the public benefits, as you can see on the right, which is all this public health, economic growth, and affordability, resilience, equity, all that thing that we are talking about. We started with the lake, so we have to have the data of the lake. We got all the lakes in Bangalore, how many lakes are there, how many are still there, and we started working on how to go about it. We started looking at really doing the how many nurseries are there, how many tissue culture labs are there, and how many urban forests we still have. And then we also will have to do a lot of processing units, which we do not have in Bangalore at all right now. Looking at CFCs and workshops I have been doing for many long time. But the other two part, we really have to work a lot in the city, which could be looked at in north, south, east, west, four common facility center at the edge of the city to start with. Gasification from the waste of all that will come out from the industry. And the other various, most of them are my own projects, which I have been working since 99. So they have been housing, starting from 2-bedroom house to upmarket house to prefab house, EWS, economically weaker section house, and slum. What you see on the right side is actually for the slums. It was a slum development program in which we had, for the international award we got for this particular project. Again, even in the normal housing of a day-to-day people, because I don't work at either the shack or we have the 5-star deluxe hotel. I'm talking about people in between, which actually form 99.9% of the population, and the buildings which fall within that range. And I work towards, the Bamboo City would work towards that kind of architecture and that kind of a construction that we are actually talking about. And institutional, different kind of, guest houses for the university, soft skill development institute, which is, I have been doing creche for the university, conference hall for the university. These are some of and the whole department that we have done. Millet Center is a retrofit project, again, with bamboo and mud, that is right in the middle of the city. We can do office spaces. We can do infrastructure. This is the metro station model that I had proposed in 2013 to Bangalore Metro Station. And this also has won the Rethinking the Future Award in 2017. Unfortunately, it has not been built so far, hoping it will happen very soon. Then we have bridges that can be done with bamboo. Smaller community infrastructures like bus shelters, public toilets, rain shelters. Cultural, which is like a museum and other kinds of structures, exhibitions. This is the that we did for the G20, which had to happen in Bangalore. We were called to do that. We can do lots of different kinds of park structures with bamboo. And the one Bangalore actually is as we know, is a startup hub, and most of the of the unicorns, most of them hail from Bangalore. And if we can have, I'm just thinking, very wishful thinking, if we have 5 actually startups per year from Bangalore, and I think bamboo sector is all set if we can do that. And I'm trying to work towards that, and I'm hoping that we will be able to. The ecosystem is really very good in Bangalore that way. we are very fortunate to have it like that. And startups are going now into the sustainable sector in a very big way. And there are very big names which are actually working on it. And I'm hoping that this will come soon enough. And this is the way the carbon neutral status that I was talking about, 58 and 28. So we have 86% sequestered through these bamboo plantations, and 14% could be done through, not could be, there are a lot of trees in Bangalore, and then other things through which we can actually, which is just about 14%. And I'm very sure is an achievable target. And what all works we have done here so far, I'm trying to get this into different kinds of things. Advocacy we have been doing, academics, capacity building, codes, schedule of rates to be put in the government rates, and R&D, a lot of R&D that needs to be done. And collaboration for on-ground implementation, because I definitely do not want to work and as a research project or something, a report which is done. So I'm very much for on-ground this thing, and very happy to say recently the local body, which is Greater Bangalore Authority, has given us a letter of collaboration, and we are working with them further. And we also have an MOU for support for a year, partial support from World Bamboo Organization, which is who will be providing some support to us. And these are other ground supports for which we are moving on to different people, community funding, seed funding, raising awareness. These are other things, that activities that we have been doing towards it at our center, which is in near the international airport of Bangalore, Devanhalli. We are doing all these works, a lot of advocacy, seminars, collaborations with the Council of Architecture, engineering colleges, and many other organizations. We are looking at a lot of collaborations. We have done, I think, around 16 collaborations so far for the project. We are doing skilling, a lot of skilling that we have been doing, and we are planning to again, rework on the new kind of models that we want to do for this year. This is the place, the School of Simple Living, which I was talking about, our headquarters, which is under construction. And these are the CJBMT headquarters, School of Simple Living, Bangalore, India. And this is now, some of the structures are complete. There's still a long way from completion, but we have started, and you can see all these rural children from the nearby villages, they come for their summer camps and things like that to the place. This is a book that I have written in 2022. It was released, and it is available through our website. We had a very tough time with Amazon, and we still has not been resolved. As a matter of fact, Amazon has been secretly selling my book online through Kindle without paying a single penny to me and without my knowledge. And that's why I was wondering why my books are not selling anywhere. And we are now tackling that legally, very recently. I think this is another big step that India has taken. Some government refinery has been actually, by the Prime Minister has actually inaugurated that. And so now on ground, as I was talking about, so in 2024, we have Indian Institute of Interior Designers. They gave us a chance to present our project to the citizens. And for 7 whole days, we did different workshops, different kind of presentations, talks, and everything. And a lot of citizens actually came to us. And then we had this very good chance, and a very good response from this. And this was Bangalore Engages with Bamboo, Bangalore City. We had all this that came in the newspapers. We also did the same exercise in the same year, last year, in Nagpur, and Honorable Minister, Mr. Gadkari, who is a champion of bamboo in the country, in the political circles, is also was very happy that he would like Nagpur also to become the next bamboo city, if not before Bangalore. We presented this thing, the Bamboo City project in Taiwan last year in the World Bamboo Congress, and also again international launch of my book. This project is also actually taken for publication by UIA, which is the International Union of Architects, and at the International Congress, I was given to present this.
Neela, I just want to tell you that we have 5 minutes more.
Yeah. I'm just wrapping
thank
up
you.
now.
Thank you.
So from global to local, we met the local MLA, which is the member of Legislative Assembly for Karnataka and Bangalore especially, and our revenue minister for the government of Karnataka for this Bamboo City project, with all these different kinds of you can see we are trying to do and engage with the citizens. It is a very absolutely marathon task in a city where everyone is simply running from morning to evening in IT jobs and other jobs and things like that. People have no time. It's very difficult to have them, engage in the community action where they want to improve their own wards and in their own neighborhoods. So we are trying to work out how to really different framework, how to engage with them, because we do want that people should own the project when we are doing the project, and only then actually it will be the way forward. In this whole process, there was another project that came with the Bangalore, the local government body, was revitalizing the public spaces, where there was a call out to the citizens to improve their own wards, public spaces in their own wards. So we from CGBMT and Mansaram and myself, we have presented 5 projects, and out of that 4 have been taken by them, approved, and two of them have also got the funding now. And in this, we have infrastructure and bamboo plantation, all these things combined. So it's like we are not doing only bamboo plantation, and I don't believe in that actually at any point of time, and doing everything with bamboo. But the moment we have bamboo mixed with everything else in a composite manner, I think things will start working, because it will become visible, instead of putting over their head. And that's what is my strategy that we want to start with and work with. On the World Environment Day, we had this Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka, taking a lot of interest in our project, and we are planning to move forward with them. This was the Green Showcase. Recently, the Greater Bangalore Authority gave us, in their own campus, we had this huge exhibition, All World Bamboo Day, this year in 2025, where lots of people came, and we had exhibition, Makers Corner, and different kinds of things that we did. In conclusion, actually, as we know, nature is regenerative by default. Unless and until we humans really interrupt things, the ecosystems are actually life-sustaining. So what we need to do is to intersect very gently, and that's what is the model of a regenerative city that we are trying to, propose through this Bamboo City project. And just to put it, this has to be inclusive, equitable, resilient, and safe urban spaces, clean water, this whole thing. And why there could be a question that why we cannot grow bamboo outside Bangalore. If we are growing our bamboo outside Bangalore, and then we are taking bamboo from all the way from Assam, 3,000 kilometers, I don't think bamboo remains sustainable anymore. And we are looking at that's one thing. And also the whole ecological property of bamboo, the citizens can actually use for all these things that I talked about: clean water, urban spaces, and local livelihood options. So it's like a city in a park, not park in a city or something like that. That is what is the model, and that is the whole thing about. And you see things. Two simple points. I mean, Nirmala, just give me. There's something other thing I talked about. There's a shack in the construction sector. There's a very two definite thing. Something called shack and a pro poor and things like that. And then there's this 5-star hotel deluxe kind of things, which actually you see all over the media. There's nothing, not much being told by the architecture with bamboo for the common man. And that's where the focus should be. If we really want to scale up, I think that is the sector we should scale up. That's one thing. And second, one more thing very important is that nature gives us everything. I mean, iron comes from nature, glass comes from nature, bamboo comes from nature. What is the difference? Is the processing. If we start processing bamboo to an extent that it becomes plastic, I'm sorry, bamboo does not remain sustainable in that case. And we have to, when we are trying to use bamboo at a large scale, if we miss these 2 points, I think again we would have messed up our main goal through which we are actually trying to use the bamboo and save the world. And that's the last slide that I have. It's a very difficult mission. The Bamboo City project is extremely complex. As I was telling, it's a black hole. You keep on getting sucked in. But I know there's a hope at the end of the tunnel. You see things and say, why
Sure.
things that never were? And I say, why not? Thank you all so much for your
Oh,
kind attention. And that's
okay.
my
Thank you so much, Neelam, for giving an insight of your upcoming project. It is really very ambitious, and you need a lot of bamboo and also a lot of support from the government. So yeah, kudos that you have taken such a like ambitious and good project. And I think there maybe people who want to participants who want to ask some questions. And
Yeah.
we wish you
Sure.
all the best for your project there. Yeah. So have you any questions, please? Okay, so maybe at the end we can take as such. We don't see any message in the chat box, so I think we can. Okay, there are some who want to share your presentation. Okay, if you give your permission, we can later share it. Is it okay, Neelam?
Yeah, I will send the PDF of the presentation.
Okay, yes, yes. So thank you, Neelam, and best wishes from all of us. Okay.
Thank you.
So now we move on to our second speaker.
Nirmala, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm really
Yeah, yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
I
sure,
don't know
sure.
if we have time, but I think we have two questions
Two
now in the
questions.
chat.
Okay, 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 Avika. Okay. So Neelam,
Yeah, yeah, I'm there.
there is a question like bamboo uh, can invade and replace endemic plants for urban greening.
Yeah,
This is a question.
yeah, okay.
Can you see it in the chat box?
Yeah, I can, yes. Okay, 1 second. Mm. Yeah, I have question if bamboo can be invasive and replace endemic plant species for
Plant
urban
species.
greening.
So maybe
Yeah,
there is some apprehensions about invasion.
yeah, of course. And it's a very genuine question, I must say. It's like uh, that's why if you see the chart, I had a chart which kind of bamboo to put where. So there
Okay.
are some bamboos which are root don't go around, I mean, everywhere, and they don't spread so much. So you have to be very particular. Just can't take any bamboo and plant anywhere. So you have to take a proper care. And actually, I forgot to mention. It's too much to mention. We have actually done made a toolkit for plantation that we launched on the World Bamboo Day for citizens. So there is a whole step-by-step method and what bamboo they should plant and where. We have made a toolkit and very soon we will make it an open source thing so that people can actually, it will help the citizens to plant bamboo, the right kind of bamboo at the right place with the right method.
Okay,
So
they
that,
can maybe connect with you through your email
yeah,
and
yes,
ask
yes,
about that.
yes,
And
yes, yes,
somebody
yes.
has an interesting question why there are so many mosquitoes. I don't know whether we
Where,
have an answer. So many
where is
mosquitoes. You can see it.
the mosquitoes with
That
bamboo?
it attracts mosquitoes. A very simple thing we have, which
All plants attract
yeah, sure.
mosquitoes. All nature attracts mosquitoes because they are part of the ecosystem. We can't live.
Okay,
We can't
so
live without them. It's not like that. I think I would have been more accurate if they say there are snakes around bamboo, but because that is another question everyone asks, which is again
so how
not
to
true.
balance? So
Yeah,
how
because
to
I
balance?
have my house
Mm,
right in the middle of a literally urban bamboo jungle, and
mm.
we do have snakes around. I have a rainwater harvesting tank right in my office and my house, and there are snakes there. They sunbathe, they come and they go. They don't disturb us, and we don't disturb them. So it doesn't actually happen like that. What people say. Yeah.
Okay, Salu, should we move on?
Yes,
Salu, should we?
I would say so because of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those who want to ask Neelam, you can. Yeah, they will get in touch with you. Is it
Yeah. Yeah.
okay?
I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
so that's great. You can get help from Neelam for further discussions. So moving on, it is it is my privilege to introduce our second speaker, Sanjeev Karpe, and Sanjeev Karpe, he is the founder and director of Konkan Bamboo and Cane Development Center, which is based in Maharashtra, India. And he is a very ardent worker and has been working for more than 21 years in sustainable development by using bamboo as a resource. He works at the grass root level. I know his work very well, and he's helping a lot of people and also promoting bamboo in India. And because he has also won, he's well known, and he has won several awards for constructing large bamboo structures in India, and a single structure ranging from 10,000 to 100,000 square feet. So he's also an expert member of the steering committee of INBAR task force bamboo construction. And so, without taking much time, let's know more about Sanjeev's work from his talk, Scaling Bamboo Structures in India. So, Sanjeev, if you're there, please, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Professor Nirmala. Thank you, INBAR. I would like to start my presentation. Uh, so, I represent CONBAC, Konkan Bamboo and Cane Development Center. This is the organization, is not-for-profit organization, set up and technically supported by INBAR. It's set up in 2004. Initially, we motivated farmers in our region to do farming of bamboo of one particular species, locally available species called Dendrocolmus toxae. This is a fairly straight, having a diameter, unfortunately less than 50 mm, 40 to 50 mm is the diameter, and usable length is between 4 to 5 meter. We set up a facility to pressure treat a bamboo. This is a pressure impregnation treatment. We use preservative like boric borax and CCB. We have a common facility center where primary processing machineries are available. We have trained our artisans to do straightening of bamboo using heat. This is a traditional method in India to straighten the bamboo. But we have trained our farmers to make straight bamboo as straight as pipe. So left side is the bamboo, which is fairly straight, species Dendrocolmus toxi, but this is the right side is a straightened bamboo. Using same method, we could able to bend bamboo with such a uniformity, and we are successful in converting bamboo into commodity. Whatever size and shape you tell us, we can supply you bamboo of that as per that requirement. Jans Bamboo is a company formed by us to cater to do a turnkey construction work in India. We have set up a facility to prefabricate construction component in a factory to achieve better efficiency, better uniformity. So this is the facility where we make components. Then load testing is also done in-house to a certain the species strength, design calculation as per structural engineer's design. And then we transport these components through our longer trailers. And this is actual construction on site. So because we prefabricated construction component, it is easier for us to do construction on site in a comparative lesser time. These are the few projects which we did across the country. Let me show you first a small cottages, exactly no suitable for a tourism purpose, and these are the few small cottages, bamboo cottages, which we built for a different type of clients at a different location, trying to achieve aesthetically beautiful and durable structure, keeping in mind the need of a customer, particularly in the tourism sector. We always try to no suffice to the requirement of the customer. This is the structure which we built for a global sustainability summit at New Delhi, capital city of India. Right from roofing to flooring, everything is bamboo here. We try to showcase Indian bamboo and Indian um, workmanship in bamboo. We did this first bigger structure. This is 10,850 square feet of a clubhouse. The species used here is bambusa bamboos with around 100 mm diameter, and dendrocolumnar stocksy, which is a 50 diameter bamboo. And all the components are prefabricated and then erected on the site. And this gives us a confidence that the bigger structure can be done with our team. This is a span of around 52 feet, and this structure we could able to do it. The roof is completely in bamboo. So this is the span, and no hidden metal member is used in this roof. Then we started getting repeat orders from the private customer. This is one more project which we did in Nandi Hills in Bangalore. The roofing material used here is also bamboo. This is a flattened bamboo shingle, and this is a welcome lounge of one real estate project. And we are happy that no, we could able to get needed support from the customer. Customer started getting value for money for these type of structures. And then we thought that now it's time to take one more step. And no, we then thought that let's create a construction methodology where it should be, the construction should be done just like a pre-engineered building in metal. So this is a banquet hall. We got a chance to work in Karnataka again. And this is 24 4-meter span structure. These are the render images. And we made all the components in the factory like this. And then the re-erection is done on site using cranes. And all this erection is just like a pre-engineered building. Not even a single hole needs to be drilled on site. And this 24-meter structure can be, we could able to erect it in a lesser span of time. You can see the uniformity which we could able to achieve. And again, the roofing material here is flattened bamboo shingles. And ultimately, this is the final look of the structure. Because of this pre-engineered method of doing a bamboo structure, we got the confidence, and government of Maharashtra gave us opportunity to build this 1 lakh square feet of institutional building. It's a research station, research institute of a forest department of government of Maharashtra. And so we prefabricated again components in the factory. This is a Bambusa volkova species with around 100 of diameter. And this is the erection how we did it on site. Wall used here are ramped earth wall. And so this is because this order is from the government. We got opportunity to do necessary work with respect to schedule rates of a government department, then even a few standards. And this is the one more structure. This is with the smaller diameter of bamboo. It is 50 dia bamboo, dendrocolumnar stocksy, and no, even a bigger span structure can be done through using this bamboo. And we got this opportunity to build this. So complete skeleton is made of bamboo. Roof is also bamboo. You can see this roofing material completely in with the bamboo shingles, and complete 1 lakh square feet of this campus is done using bamboo and rammed earth wall. Then we got an opportunity to work with the Hilton Group of Hotel, which is world's leading hotel group, having more than 6,200 properties and more than uh, uh, around 1 million rooms. And Wardrobe Astoria is one of the high-end brand of Hilton. Hilton has total 18 brands. This is a wardrobe Osteria uh, uh, at Maldives, at Itafushi Island. And we got this, we participated into international tender. We could able to beat many other competitors from different countries. And this complete restaurant designed by architect Stickman Tribe is done by us. Again, we did all the components in our factory. And then this is actual work on site. So this is structural design by us again. We submitted a design calculation to Water of Australia, and we could able to eliminate all the metal components which they have used initially in the design. So initial design was the main member was a metal, uh, pre-coated metal component, metal pipes, and infill was bamboo. But we could able to change that, and their 100% bamboo structure is created by us. This is a very high-end resort and got excellent response from the client. This is actual photograph taken from a drone, and this particular project has been rated as world's top best 16 waterfront restaurant by CNN UK. This is also got a rating from the Forbes. Then we started getting a repeat order from many from abroad. This is a one more project which we did in Maldives. This is a Zuma restaurant. Again, using a bamboo roofing material. And you can say, no, this particular shape has been achieved due to no, accuracy, which we could able to bring in our fabrication of bamboo. So I'm proud that as per drawing with less than 2 plus minus um, variation, allowance, tolerance, we could able to build this. And this is as good as metal fabrication, but what you are saying is actually bamboo. Complete skeleton is bamboo. And this shows that our Indian bamboo and Indian technology is globally competitive. We can beat anybody outside our country, even after paying a duty and all the transportation cost. We got the chance to bid for a FIFA Football World Cups. This is the resort where all the player arrangement for staying arrangement for the player has been done, and complete fall ceiling is done in bamboo. We again got this international tender, and this all the uh, panels is prefabricated in a factory like this, and then the actual erection. We took these panels there on site, and this is actual erection. And this gives us again a confidence that yes, bamboo can be a material for premium use also, and Indian bamboo and our technology is globally competitive also. Then we slowly started getting orders from Indian resort also. This is the Oneness Resort by Ganga Kinare. We built these cottages for them, and uh, and a restaurant building. So this shape and a beauty which we could able to bring in is ultimately the client is extremely happy with the end result, and he's fetching much more clients and getting much better rate than what he used to get it. And this gave us again confidence that yes, in India also people, our customer are getting value for money for all this work. We got opportunity to work for Ashoka University also. This is one again one leading university in our country at Sonipat near New Delhi. and we got a chance to do roof for their canteen in their campus. And this is the grid shell structure which we did for them, and everybody appreciated this. Uh, University also is extremely happy with the end result, and our client definitely got value for money for this type of projects. This is getting a very good exposure. Thousands of students and all the visitors are really appreciating this type of bamboo structure, and this is really encouraging for all of us in India. Uh, then we did this one resort, very high-end resort, five-star resort, a Timbertail in Kurk in Karnataka. All these structures are made using bamboo. Oh, and this shows that yes, very high-end structure, where very high-end resort also. Oh, they get value for money for this type of bamboo structures, and um, we are getting more and more clients who are interested to build this for their project. Our aim is to now see how we can scale up this uh, using a prefabricated components, using a technique like a pre-engineered building is encouraging. Uh, More and more people are showing interest in really do this type of construction. Uh, I'm very sure that more and more agencies will come forward, and shortly, bamboo will become a mainstream construction material in our country. Everybody is now showing more and more interest in a sustainable and eco-friendly material. Bamboo is the best suited for this. Uh, Aesthetically beautiful structure are attracting more and more people towards bamboo. And once you attract rich people, I'm very sure that upper middle class and middle class people who want to follow the path adopted by rich people, and this will create interest among the all in our country. uh, we are happy that government is also showing interest to promote this material. We have now proper uh, standards and code in place. We have uh, policy favorable for bamboo in our country, and all these things will help bamboo to become a mainstream material in our country. Uh, thank you for giving me this opportunity. Uh, and questions are welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Sanjeev, for showing your amazing and wonderful structures. It is indeed so great that you have built so many structures, and also you're employing the local people. And yeah, for information of all the participants, I would also like to mention that Sanjeev is an engineer basically, and that is why he does his work so accurately and with finish. And yes, and your work has shown that yes, bamboo can really be used by, because there is always an apprehension that how long will bamboo last, because there are problems. It will be there will be fungal infection and this, and they do not last long. But as seeing your structures, and to the great level where you have worked for the five-star hotels and also built so good structures, I feel that it is a great going. And I see a lot of messages coming up, and so we can take up those messages where people are quite interested. So there is a question, Sanjeev, if you can see in the chat box, how is the maintenance, how do you maintain this type of structure? And what is the approximately lifespan of the bamboo structure? So,
Pressure treated bamboo in an interior condition will last long for around 30 to 50 years. and in exterior condition from 25 to 30 years. About the maintenance, for durability, you hardly need any maintenance. For aesthetics, yes, you do need maintenance. You need to apply some varnish or polishing material or melamine, just like what you apply for any other material like a wood. So, if it is a exterior, your material is in exterior condition, directly facing sun and rain, then you need to apply exterior grade polyurethane once in a 3 year. If it is in interior place, then you can always apply this coating maybe once in a 5 to 7 year, to just to look your material fresh and more beautiful. But for in an interior condition, if you don't apply anything, it will last long for 50 years.
Yeah, maybe it's like when we have concrete also, after some years you have to again do the whitewash, maybe like it does after some time, it needs some sort of treatment. There is also a question, what is about the treatment procedure? There's a participant who's asking you that do you use borax solution?
So in a treatment, we normally use two type of preservative. One is boric borax. Boric borax is mixture of boric acid and borax. This is basically used for interior use of bamboo. If you want to use bamboo for exterior condition, then you need some fastener so that this preservative should not be leach out by rain or water splashing of water. So then we use a CCB. It's a chrome is a fixing agent in that. So CCB is a well accepted wood preservative across the globe. There is CCA is also option. CCA is a arsenic base and CCB is a boron base. CCB is well accepted everywhere. CCA is not accepted in most of the European countries. We don't use CCA. CCB we use if we want bamboo to be used in an exterior condition. And a pressure treatments allows you to do proper penetration, controlling quality is possible. Otherwise, you can treat bamboo by just dipping also, but controlling is quality difficult by that method.
Wait, there is another question about, do you design all the buildings? This is what one participant wants to know.
So the design is mostly from the client side. If client's architect is not well versed with the bamboo, then our team help them to design. But many time a design is by client's architect. We have in-house facility to help them for structurally design the structure and submit necessary design calculation as per the code to the client.
And another question is, do you use bamboo with like contact with the concrete? So when you're using the bamboo, maybe he wants to ask whether concrete
So,
is.
bamboo as a reinforced material in concrete, we don't use that. That is a different method altogether. We normally don't use it. And bamboo in touch with the concrete, when it is touching ground, there are many countries where the capping is done. But because our treatment is a pressure treatment, the penetration is through and through. We directly embed bamboo in the concrete, but during the concreting, it will absorb water. So you need to do secondary treatment of making that particular portion of bamboo water repellent. And we use hot and cold creosote method to make that particular portion of a bamboo which will be embedded inside the concrete to make it water repellent so that it will not absorb any water during the concreting.
Yeah. Okay. And Sanjeev, we also mentioned about pressure treated bamboo. So one of the participants wants to know uh, how uh, how exactly do you do this pressure treatment?
So pressure treatment is basically bamboo is a bundle of capillaries, and after within 48 of harvesting, capillaries start collapsing. So if you want to put some preservative inside, uh, either you need to start that treatment within 48 hours of harvesting, or you need to open up that capillaries first. So in a pressure treatment, in a vessel, what we do is we create a 10.5 kg per centimeter square, such a high pressure, to open up the capillaries which are closed, and then impregnate water-based preservative inside that capillary by putting hole in an internodal portion, so that water-based preservative go inside the bamboo and penetrate from inner wall, because outer wall of bamboo will have a silica coating of silica and lignin, and the penetration is not possible. So what we do is we put a small 3 mm hole. Through that hole, the chemical goes inside the water-based preservative and it is penetrated. Once that your treatment is completed, you can put a bamboo pegs to plug that holes.
Okay, and we have a last question. How does bamboo sustainability impact the environmental footprint of buildings? This is what is.
There are two factors. One is when you compare bamboo directly with what is the embodied energy, then bamboo is a champion material. Okay, because the energy consumed during the production of bamboo is no, there is no carbon footprint in that. Second thing, steel, cement, plastic, any other material emits lot of carbon dioxide during its production. The process is such that you will ultimately end up in emitting a lot of carbon dioxide. Bamboo during its production, it actually emits oxygen and reduces the carbon. So that is a one more great advantage. So we need to compare directly with these all carbon intensive material. You are responsible for that much of carbon footprint if you are using steel, cement, plastic, concrete. And if you are using bamboo, you are responsible for that much of oxygen emission. So I think now carbon concentration is going up like anything. Ideal carbon concentration in the atmosphere is 350 ppm. Now we have 430 ppm. So it's high time that people should understand the importance of no use of less of carbon intensive material, and bamboo is the best choice for that.
Yeah, right. That is why, yes, it is gaining importance. And even in India, like if our laws are much more stricter, we could the farmers would be starting planting. So you have given a very good portrayal of your work, and we hope that it will pick more when they see your structures. So thank you, Sanjeev, for giving us for finishing in time. You had a perfect timing. And I think we are able to give an answer to all participants. So thank you again
Thank
from
you,
from.
Professor. And I would like to tell you that please share my presentation with everybody. Somebody has
Oh yeah.
put this question. Yeah.
Yes, sure. Thank you very much. Okay,
Thank you. Thank you very much.
okay. So we have now our third speaker. We will call upon Arif. So Arif, I'm so glad to introduce our next speaker, Arif, who is a very charismatic bamboo expert and also working at the grassroots level. And he specializes in sustainable development engineering. He is the chairman and founder of the Bamboo Village Trust, and he has helped a lot of people working in bamboo. And he is also a leader of the UN Decade Action Plan Challenge in Indonesia. So he works basically in Indonesia, and from there he connects with a lot of different countries. And so his main is world restoration ecology, how bamboo can help in the environment and also restoration. And he has created markets for bamboo, applying his technology, and his main aim is to restore degraded lands. So this degraded lands is a problem all over, and so he's doing a very important work. And he leads stakeholder efforts. And also the best thing is in his work is he connects smallholder communities, governments, and mission-aligned investors. So, because of his good work, all people are coming to work with him, and so he integrates nature-based solutions, climate resilience, and livelihoods at scale. So now let's hear Arif talk about build a sustainable future with bamboo agroforestry. So Arif.
Wow, thank you, Professor Nirmala.
Yeah.
What a beautiful.
Oh, so
And it's I'm nervous after two amazing presentations of Neelam and Sanjeev. It's an honor to listen to their great presentations. Give me one moment, and hopefully I can pull up. Okay, can everyone see my slide?
yes, we can see your slide.
Perfect. Okay, awesome. Great. So thank you, everyone, for the opportunity. Thank you, INBAR. So my name is Arif Rabik. I am the founder and executive director of the Bamboo Village Trust. I am a second generation bamboo lover. My late mother, Linda Garland, started working with bamboo in 1973, doing beautiful bamboo furniture here in the island of Bali, Indonesia. And I studied environmental science, and so I kind of tried to work on the supply side to help many amazing people like my mother, like Sanjeev, like Dr. Neelam. And it's been a long journey, and now we have a high level of conviction that to supply this bamboo revolution and all the bamboo village initiatives and bamboo initiatives around the world, we have to understand how we de-risk the growing of what we call a restoration economy. And we believe that bamboo agroforestry is really the key to this solution. So that will be my presentation. Oh. So a little bit about the Bamboo Village Initiative. We launched the initiative under the 1,000 Bamboo Village program in Indonesia after some years of work with ITTO and the Ministry of Environment and Forestry here in Indonesia. And essentially, it's to take what we learned from our friends in China, in Anji, and several other provinces, to take a forest to factory integrated model. And essentially, with 700 hectares of Asper in East Indonesia, we created the first bamboo village, and it was 2,000 hectares of land. And roughly, it's about a third bamboo, a third a medium root species, which in that case was a sugar palm, and then a third deep root species. And with this, you have an amazing restoration effect. So the Bamboo Village Trust, we work in three strategic flagships. Number one is GYOC, which is linking urban systems to rural systems. Of course, we've already been talking to Dr. Neelam for quite some years. We have a second initiative, which is Elebond, which is working with conservation and the habitat corridors of elephants and planting bamboo as a fence, as a biobarrier. And then thirdly, our biggest component of our strategy and flagship is really working with strategic partners and landscape partners. So, our vision, just briefly, is to create a restoration economy on degraded lands globally. And of course, we are not the only ones on that mission. There are many, many out there. To empower rural communities and to catalyze landscape-based climate solutions and to conserve standing tropical forest areas, which I think is very timely with everything going on in Belém today. So our mission is really by 2030 to establish 200 of these 2,000 hectare bamboo village systems, which will empower 42,000 households, create annual revenues for all of those 200 Bamboo Village business units of $440 million per annum. Restore 400,000 hectares of land, and you get 2 megaton of CO2 equivalents sequestered. Of course, I will go into the dynamics of that number, because carbon with bamboo is not so easy. Yeah, so really we start with risk in a lot of these landscapes, and we look at the enabling conditions. With a lot of this systems thinking, looking at drivers and pressures, we just focus to start with the enabling conditions. And if we have enough of a good land condition, good village preparedness, good government support, enough access and ease of doing business, the capacity to mitigate risks and threats, gender positive potential, and the potential of integrating bamboo into existing supply chains and value chains, then we work with a strategic partner in one landscape or multiple landscapes. So in 2024, for example, we closed our first cohort. So you can see it's in several different countries. And really, we believe that this blended finance model is the key to really helping farmers and entrepreneurs who are working with farmers go through a process of preparedness before any investment readiness, because there's so many complications that actually we need to figure out before we can be investment ready in any way. And so we believe that there's two key functions. One is an activated social forestry enterprise, and second is a social forestry asset. And so we have 2 ways of appraising that. And of course, this 4.5-year process of convening, champion activation, co-op activation, and then a social forestry asset activation phase to prepare the communities and that landscape, the actors in that landscape for an investment of roughly around $2.5 million to make a factory at the village level. So you can see this light green to black is kind of the phasing from full philanthropic funding to a blended between commercial and philanthropic. So yeah, we start with a convening phase where we help what we call a backbone landscape partner, which has a backbone in financial competence, people management, social forestry management, and community development management, to work with an entrepreneur champion that will then go to local government, local private sector, and village level institutions, and create through a process of consultation and engagement some sort of agreement of working together, partnership agreement. Can be an MOU with a work plan linked, can even be, in the best case scenario, a joint venture agreement. And from that, then the champion gets the opportunity to be supported in the champion activation phase. Then it goes to a co-op activation phase, then the social forestry asset activation phase. And so, yeah, so we do a lot of technical assistance with our partners, landscape partners, and our strategic partners in these convening phases and the champion activation phases. And really from there, the co-op alignment activation is we have now almost a 20-year-old model of farmer field school for bamboo that we've been using in Indonesia for quite some time to help the farmers align on the business plan in the field, where the bamboo forest and the bamboo-based agroforestry systems are the venue for their discussions of debate and even sometimes bickering until they get to that consensus point. Again, it's about 210 households that work in one of these systems of 2,000 hectares, roughly about 700 hectares of bamboo, or a third. So, we started from one landscape in East Indonesia in 2009. And now, we, under the Bamboo Village Trust, we have 27 bamboo villages we are initiating. And our target is by 2030 to get to 200. Of course, there are a few bamboo villages outside of the Bamboo Village Trust's work. The Environmental Bamboo Foundation, which my mother started, is doing amazing work, and so we work in parallel to the Environmental Bamboo Foundation and all their great work. So just to give you some quick numbers, the annual production from the 27 landscapes that we are supporting will give about 270,000 ton of bamboo pellets, basically from the waste, and about 162,000 ton of a rough bamboo strip, which will then become probably about half that when you do laminates. Apologies for the whole bamboo pole users. This is very much a laminate logic, and I was brainwashed early by some very influential and also charismatic laminators, and so yeah, I've been really working on that side. It takes a village. We all have our component, right? So here's just a real life case of kind of the mitigation plans, the dynamics that we have to go through with different landscape partners, in terms of existing bamboo very low and no understanding of the potential from the village level institutions, all the way to poor quality of soil, all the way to things like human-elephant conflict occurring in the areas, and 30 hectares of area can be flattened by elephants. The government doesn't prioritize bamboo, etc., right? The risks and the threats in each landscape are quite diverse, and really we work with a whole host of different partners, and hopefully we can work with many people in this room going forward to find solutions for these partners, mitigation plans to overcome the risks, and build a due diligence portfolio for that group of 210 farming households so that they can get investment of, again, roughly $2.5+ million. A question we have asked ourselves and many people ask us is, how do we help farmers navigate carbon sequestration and sinks? There's a bit of information from INBAR here. Apologies, that's not referenced, but essentially we split it up into upstream carbon, the ecosystem pool of carbon, the midstream pool, all the emissions in the midstream, and then the downstream. And in the downstream, we have kind of a durable product pool that is not necessarily a sink, and then kind of these long-term sinks, like, for example, a mass timber or mass bamboo building or biochar, for example. And we've been looking and working with some big players on product optimization. And what do you use the upper segment for? What do you use the middle segment for? What do you use the base segment for? This is just one simulation of one landscape that with this one is Dendrocalamus asper as the species in question. And essentially, we're looking on how we grow these vertical integrations of the value chain, right? All the way from the bamboo village farmers. And then what we're trying to do really is link a forest to factory integrated system where the vertical integration is all the way to a strip and a pellet sold by an entrepreneur working with those same farmers. So those farmers, they don't sell a pole anymore. They sell a strip and a pellet. And essentially, they can make 4 to 6 times more money. And this is really how we can give enough cash flows to the base of our society to make them into the climate champions of the future, right? And then, of course, we need partners to create planks, to create beams, and to do the construction side. And that's for us quite nascent. We are, of course, much more on the left side. So everyone here working on more of the right side, we'd love to speak to you. Of course, we also look at different market segments and how to stack market segments in the right way. Again, we are We are still learning and still creating different models here. But bioenergy and waste utilization, and then construction grade panels and materials is really the two that we have high confidence on. Furniture, mid-tier interiors, of course, in Indonesia, we have a big sector here. SME, craft, and household goods, again, we have a big sector here. So these are what is being asked of us. And of course, like my mother and several other folks in that area, the high-end and export markets is also very important, but much less volumes. And how can we all work together in a nice pyramid is, of course, the challenge, so that these farmers can give the best value proposition to a whole bamboo sector or bamboo field. And right now they have zero coherence of this. And so we need to improve the coherence. And then, of course, you know, there's issues of testing. For those of you who know Mateo Guterres, that's him on the right there, staring at some laminates in our factory in Indonesia. But you know, there's many different types of testing for the different developers and contractors and investors that we have been talking to, and we are again still at the beginning of that. And of course, INBAR has helped so much with the ISO standards, and we as part of others in Indonesia and in 2 other countries now that we will be announcing soon, are really using those standards as foundation to really all of our conversations. So just to give you a very quick overview of kind of how it works, we go through those 4 phases as we talked about before: convening, champion activation phase, co-op activation phase, social forestry asset activation. Then we have a valuation of that forest asset. And with that valuation, then we create basically a financial vehicle or a special purpose vehicle. And that's what invests in this village-based industrialization, creating strips and pellets to start with. But of course, you can do many, many other things there. And so from that bamboo processing, we have, for example, engineered bamboo. And one of our key KPIs, our key performance indicators, is really getting to the point where we have daylight press, these large 40+ layer presses that can basically reduce about 75% of the direct costs, which is so important in such a highly competitive world, right? And this is how we can really realize application in urban environments, when we can get to that scale. And again, for us, it's roughly 20 bamboo villages. This is again just a quick simulation. The impacts of 1 bamboo village, of 6 bamboo villages, and then of 20 bamboo villages. We really have a lot of data and research on this 20 bamboo village model, and of course we're doing 200, so that's roughly 10 of these. But if we can all get our systems to that 40,000+ hectare scale and really create ecosystems around that, that's really how we can help all the different entrepreneurs in the room to have the best chance at success and be able to get a good margin whilst also being competitive in price, and giving, most importantly, the farmers who will be planting and managing these forests, of which they are, from the UN Decade of Ecosystem Restoration, we say anywhere between 900 million to 1.2 billion hectares of degraded land that's very straightforward to restore across the tropical belt of the world. So it's a huge opportunity, but of course, step by step, we need to structure these business cases. So here's a few bamboo examples in Indonesia using the laminates. This was designed by Cave Urban. It was amazing A-frame structure system tested to withstand an 8 Richter earthquake. It didn't withstand the 8 Richter, but it got close. So that's the same one on the left. On the right is a Bauhaus Earth collaboration. with Cape Urban as well. Actually, I think they just won some awards, Cape Urban did, for this structure. It's a beautiful structure if you ever come to Bali, Indonesia. It's right on the beach, so you can look at it with a nice drink in hand. And yeah, so in terms of a partnership model for the Bamboo Village Trust, we look at these strategic implementation partners as really our main focus of reaching out and trying to work with. And then under strategic partners, we really want to be helping our strategic partners to find enough within arm's reach backbone landscape partners. So landscape partners with a solid backbone. And for example, one strategic partner being able to take on 20 landscapes with different backbone landscape partners. And of course, identifying an entrepreneur champion, not a farmer champion, with each bamboo village, and really giving that entrepreneur everything we can to scale them and to create an enabling ecosystem around them. So to all strategic partners out there, if you're interested, we're excited to grow the Bamboo Village Initiative with you and your landscape partners. And this is a beautiful photo of a lady in Flores taking the branches, 1.5 to 2-year-old branches of asper, and then being able to make more bamboos. And every time we harvest one asper, we get 5 to 10 of these branches that they can propagate and make more clumps of bamboo. So it takes a village. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
For such a nice talk. As always, you're just able to floor everyone with your great work, and congratulations for your Bamboo Village initiative. And I just want to know how many groups have benefited from this initiative, and what is the level of scenario of market value chain?
Yeah, that's a great question, Nirmala. So the work of institutions before the Bamboo Village Trust that I used to be part of, for example, the Environmental Bamboo Foundation, I unfortunately cannot speak for them anymore, but I can speak for the Bamboo Village Trust and say that we started in 2023 and we have 27 bamboo villages. But there was a national program in Indonesia, and of course, as you know, Nirmala, I've been traveling around the world, helping different partners. And actually, in India, we have the Common Ground Collaborative, which is a network of 76 partners helping to restore 22 million acres of commons in India that are degraded or semi-degraded. So it's big work, and of course, we just want to play our little role to help.
Yeah. Yes, of course. And restoration of degraded land, it's so important these days. In so many countries, there are a lot of problems. And in this, another thing which I liked is that agroforestry, because when we tell the farmers that you grow bamboo, they say that we can't wait for 3 years. So in agroforestry, at least they have some way of earning some money. So with selling their products, that's a good idea. And so what do you tell the farmers which plans to grow for agroforestry?
Yeah, absolutely, Nirmala. It's such an important question. When we talk to villagers and farmers about cash flows from this forest asset, they talk about daily cash flows, weekly cash flows, monthly cash flows, 6-month cash flows, maybe some season cash flows, annual cash flows, and multi-year cash flows. And they need all of them clear, right? Maybe they're going to plant a beautiful teak tree that they harvest in 30 years to pay for a big event or something, and it goes all the way to planting even a herb that can be harvested in just 2 to 3 months. And so every single species that we can look at that is indigenous to that landscape and to that biome, that can work with the other species. We talk about the concept of a knitted hydrology, right? Shallow roots, medium roots, and deep roots, creating basically a reservoir in the root zone of forests. And actually, most forests in the world have lost this complete cross-section of roots because it takes many, many years to get the right mix. And so actually, humans can design these agroforestry mixes if we take a little bit more time to understand how to design.
Okay, so we have Arif. We have one question from a participant who was saying, "Who are the
That's my
primary
hand.
consumers of the pellets and strips, and their practical applications?"
So, sorry, you cut out for a moment. Did you say that the practical applications of strips and pellets?
There is a question in the chat box. Who are the primary consumers of the pellets and strips? This is and their practical applications.
Great, thank you. Yeah, so you know, pellets and strips again is just kind of the minimum viable product mix to get going. It can get more sophisticated from there, but a rough strip is really for the wood sector, and then as a laminate feedstock, and then the pellets are to start with a bioenergy product, but of course it can also go to pulp. It can go into bioplastics now. You know, China has just launched the most exciting, and I know that INBAR is a part of a bamboo-based bioplastics. And so, you know, these communities can create really nice pellets that can feed many thousands of tons to a bioplastic factory, for example. So yeah, many applications. Bioenergy and wood sector would be a
Okay.
Sorry,
Okay,
Nirmal,
thank you.
I wanted to just jump in the question.
Yeah, sure,
Have
Edwin,
also
please
the
come, please
opportunity
come.
to thank Arif. So many years we know each other, have seen all the different projects, and is so exciting. I'm really happy to see how this is taking such shape. Two little things. I'm also friends with you about the engineering bamboo and the processing. I think the big argument is that adds value to the product, and that is very important when we are working with communities, that they are not just exporting raw materials. So I'm with you. And the question was, nowadays is a lot of talk on social return on investment. So your numbers are fantastic, but I don't know if you can give us a feel of what means when we have this kind of investment. What is the return for the communities around?
Absolutely. Great question, Edwin. And, you know, in the champion activation phase and then in the co-op activation phase, there's 4 documents they have to get correct. It's an operational plan, a business plan, but more importantly, it's a benefit sharing plan and then a tenurial access plan per household. And these last 2 are really complicated and it gets a bit messy sometimes. And this is how we need to think. How do they share benefit in terms of profit sharing, but also even non-cash? They can grow tubers and they can share the tubers between them. The forest asset is a whole that's greater than the sum of its parts. You know, a whole 210 households managing effectively 2,000 hectares of forest. They get so much out of that. But of course, we need to think about certification, etc., so that they sustain the governance of this and no one is naughty and thinks short term. And then some of these social returns on investment get disrupted. But as long as we can keep that forest asset managed by 210 households who have equal enough access to that forest and get benefit from that, so it's worth their time, then it's really, you know, this is the nature-based solution that so many communities around the world do not have now, and they have the opportunity to get it.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have some questions, but Edwin, there is some question for INBAR also. So maybe later, because we are out of time, we can they can connect with you and INBAR,
Definitely.
and where they have asked some questions. So please, after this, maybe just go through the chat box, and then so there are some. It would be nice for to help these to these participants so that they can go further with their. Is it okay?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So you can your email or something. You can just go through it because you are the main organizer. So yeah, thank you, Edwina. Thank you to the INBAR team, all the speakers and all the participants for being here with us and sharing your knowledge. We always learn something. I'm not from the construction, of course, but I also learn a lot. And so to wrap up, I'll just call Saulo to briefly summarize the takeaways and the main points of today's seminar. Saulo,
Okay,
are you there?
perfect. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Professor Nirmala. So what a day! It was really interesting. We can see that it was really good just by seeing the number first of people and the questions. I think we reached more than 100 persons here.
Yeah.
And many questions that unfortunately we could not answer all of them.
Yes.
But anyway, so before we close, I would like to once again thank you all the three speakers for the excellent presentations and great discussions. I would say that these sections clearly show it that how bamboo practical work can be together to advance the mainstream sustainability and be more and more relevant as a construction solution and also in the social and environmental point of view. So I think it was really interesting moment. So I would say that with that we can conclude this section, the second section of the seminar. And once again, on behalf of INBAR and Ryland, and of course all the organization team, we thank you everyone who joined us today and contributed with these thoughtful questions and the participation. So I hope the sessions could inspire everyone here.
Yeah, yes.
So once again, thank you very much.
Thank you
Okay.
as well for Nirmala and Saulo for chairing the session. Fantastic job. Before we go, let's try to make a picture. If everyone is so kind to open your cameras, and then we take a small snapshot.
Great idea.
I think we cross again the record we set last time for attendance to the online seminar. And while we get ready, don't forget next week we have another very exciting session where we will have also contributions from Ryland, and especially from a couple of young researchers that are making really waves in the bamboo research world.
Yeah, sure. We'll attend. And Edwin, also give an email where these participants can get their questions answered. You can put it in the chat box, maybe.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm multitasking.
Of course, now you're.
Please, 1 second. Bear with me, please.
Okay, it's done.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Perfect.
Thank you, and bye-bye to all.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Hope to see you next week.
Bye. Yes, we'll join.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye-bye.